Good evening, my YouTube viewers. Happy New Year. Um, I'm just making a video on Excel, and it's Crystal here. And what I wanted to do is I wanted to show you how to make a histogram using the data analysis plugin in Excel. And so this is basically how you do it. The first thing that you have to do is you have to get a range of numbers. So I've got this data set here, a data set of names and ages and job descriptions or job titles and their salary. But what we're focusing on is the salary. And there are 1,000 rows of data that have the salary. So first thing we want to do is we want to find the maximum. So the maximum is going to be the max D2 to 1001, and that's 24,100. So you can see this is an old data set, or it could be monthly. I could be getting that much a month, who knows. Sorry, I've got a cold as well. And then what we want to do is we want to find the minimum. So that's going to be min D2 to D1002, and the minimum value is 4,000. So we want to find the mean. So mean is equals average D2 to D1002, and the mean is 13,609.5. And then we want to find the median, which is the center of the array, equals median D2 to D1002, and it's 13,300. That's your median salary. So in order to make this histogram, what we have to do is we have to decide our bins. And so what I did was I took the minimum is going to be your first bin, and the maximum is going to be your last bin. So I just decided to increment the bins by 500. And so basically 4,000 for the first bin, 4,500 for the second bin, 5,000 for the third bin, all the way until you get to 24,500, and that's all your bins. So we've got our bins. So what you do here is after you've determined what your bins are going to be, you go to the Data tab on the ribbon and you click to Data Analysis. And when you click on Data Analysis, you have an option for histogram. So you click on the histogram and then you click on OK. So they ask you your input range. So your input range is going to be D1 to D1002, and you're going to tick onto the labels box. So when you tick onto the labels box, then that means it's not going to include the first row. And then we're going to have the bin range is going to be G1 to G43. And since the labels box is ticked, it's not going to include the first row. So we're going to check the output range. The output range is going to be I1. That is where the histogram is going to come up. And then we're going to click onto the chart output. And so when we click onto the chart output, then that's going to give you a chart. But I've already done this, so I'm not going to do it again. But here is I1, and so it gives you all the bins, and then it gives you the frequency of all the bins. So 4,000 is 1, 4,500 is 1, 5,000 is 4. So every bin, it will give you a frequency count. And so that's going to be similar to value counts in Python. And then so it makes your histogram, and you can see that your histogram is 0 to 60, which means you're not going to have any more than 60 occurrences of one value. And then it's going to be 4,000 to 23,500 or more, and it gives you your histogram. And one thing that I did was, in order to check it out, because you can also create a histogram in the chart section of Excel, so you don't necessarily have to um, use the data analysis unless you specifically want to. And then so I made a histogram using the chart section, going into insert and then recommended charts, histogram. And so we've got a histogram there. But when you get the histogram, then what you have to do is you have to double click onto it and click on the format data series, and you click onto horizontal axis, and bin width is going to be 500. So that means when you have the bin width of 500, what that means is you're going to increment each bin by 500. And then so when you increment each bin by 500, then you can see that the histogram made by Excel's data analysis is pretty much the same as the histogram made in the chart section. So you've actually got two ways to make a histogram. I think perhaps the histogram in the data analysis, I think it's more accurate because it gives you the bins, it gives you the frequency of occurrences in each bin, and it looks a bit neater than the histogram in the chart section, because the histogram in the chart section, it doesn't tell you how many occurrences you have of each bin. But that's just two ways to do it. The main way is with the data analysis plugin. So I'm gonna go ahead and conclude this video because I've talked about what I wanted to talk about, which was how to make a histogram using data analysis in Excel. So if you like my video, please like and subscribe. And thank you very much for watching my video. I look forward to making a new video for you soon in a technical subject.